it's that time of year again. Hello people, it's Jonathan, and this is the return of 12 Days of Diecasts. This will be the first episode of Season 2. I am going to be showing some NASCAR diecasts that are on the mold that nobody likes, the PTC mold. In my opinion, the PTC mold is just an mold. And yes, that was funny when I said Okay, I should stop. But anyways,
not only am I going to be showing some diecasts on the PTC mold, but I am also going to give y'all the history of this mold and its sister mold, the WLS mold.
So, the WLS mold was introduced in 2013, and gosh, that mold was terrible. I had a Jamie McMurray McDonald's 2014 car, which is on the screen right now. I had that car, and the decals ended up coming off of the car. It's just a terrible mold. Thank goodness they retired it back after 2014. Or was it during 2014? Sorry about that. That was my watch. But anyways, the first car I am going to be showing is Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s 2014 Michael Baker Chevrolet. And yes, this is the car he won at Pocono with. And by the way, that was the second Pocono race. So, this car, as Griff Dog has said, is a copy of his National Guard car.
So the problem I have with this car is that it totally copies the National Guard car.
As you can see, it's literally the same paint scheme. Also, in each episode, just like last year, I'll be showing 2 to 3 cars. Anyways, let's compare the molds. This has been like a few minutes long already, so I'm sorry about that. And I need to rush this because iMovie only allows 15-minute videos to be uploaded to YouTube. So, PTC mold originally had screws, and
The number one way to find out what mold the diecast is on, focus, there. You see those letters, I forgot what they're for, but those numbers on it, but these letters, PTC, is what, the PTC is what the mold is, it's the name of the mold.
And I have a few PTC mold cars. Anyways, the paint scheme is, like I said, a copy of Dale Jr.'s National Guard car from 2014. And the other thing about the PTC mold, look at the windows. I mean the windshield. It's less quality. So, just because they're on the PTC mold doesn't mean that I'm going to give them low ratings. So, I am going to be rating the cars. So, could have made their own design, but since the National Guard design was pretty nice, should have had more on it, honestly. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. Because paint scheme looks good, but should have done a lot more better since it's a copy of
We got cars stacked on top of cars.
Dale Jr.'s National Guard car. Next up, 2015, the year the Toyota Camry was introduced and the year the PTC mold Toyota Camry was introduced. This is Carl Edwards' 2015 Eris car, before Daniel Suarez took over and now Martin Truex Jr. is taking over. It seems like whenever a driver leaves Joe Gibbs Racing, he usually gets kicked out. That is so rude of you, Coach Joe. How terrible. Well, I'm not sure if Kenseth was kicked out. Well, his contract wasn't renewed, I don't think. That's like being kicked out. I mean, it's rude how a team owner just forces a driver to leave to make way for a new driver. And anyways, this is the same paint scheme as Daniel Suarez's 2018 car. And once again, those are the screws and the PTC. This was the first ever 2015 Toyota Camry diecast that I've ever gotten. Also, my first ever Carl Edwards number 19 car. I remember begging my local NASCAR diecast store to order this diecast so I could get it. Because I remember them having their Stanley car, but I did not want the Stanley car. I wanted the Eris car. And I got it. The 19 is kind of dark. The one problem about this diecast is that the paint is a little bit darker. And I have the diecast, but I don't have it with me right now because I would have to get it. It's in my room. But anyways, Daniel Suarez's 2018 Eris car is a lot brighter. And the one thing that kills this diecast is the shades of color, but it is a nice looking paint scheme, so I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10. So there's that. And lastly, the year they updated the PTC mold, 2017. Trevor Bain's Liberty National car. So, in 2017, they replaced the screws with rivets, and they also changed the color of the chassis to black. I think it looks cool. I think that one ups the PTC mold from how it used to be. So anyways, I remember making a custom of this car because I didn't have the Trevor Bain number 6 car at the time. So this is slightly better from the other PTC molds because Greg Galding's 2017 Sweet Frog car was on the exact same mold as this, and it just didn't look right, and the spoiler was too big. So this company has been around since 1900, so it is 118 years old. So I'm not really a fan of how the white doesn't go to here and the rear isn't white. It just looks odd. So, not really odd, but just doesn't look regular. I mean, Stuart Haas has done it, and they fixed it. Thank goodness they did, because that was my only problem with it. So, but it actually looks good on Almirola Smithfield car, the black bumper. Anyways, This diecast is alright. And sorry about that. I thought my dad was coming in, but actually my dad hasn't gotten off work. It was my mom that came in earlier. They just love to check on me while I'm recording videos, which I think is rude. So, this will be the last car in this episode, as this car I'm gonna give, I don't remember what rating I gave it when I reviewed it in Jonathan Reviews episode. I think it was like 7 out of 10 or a 6 out of 10. So I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. So would have given this diecast higher rating if the color wasn't too dark. But anyways, thanks for watching the return of 12 Days of Diecast. This is Jonathan signing out. Goodbye, and just remember to keep the Christ in Christmas.